how do you know that Christian moral claims are based on a transcendent ethic instead of based on man's collected knowledge of what best allows them to survive their environment? Do you lose explanatory power when you try to describe that which is transcendent in material terms? If so, how do you rationally justify your moral positions? Well, I would say that Christianity isn't about ethics. I'm gonna have to just say it out. I mean, I think I've been flirting around this for a while. Christianity is not about ethics. Christianity is not this idea that somehow religion is about ethics is just wrong. It's just not. That's not what it's about. I'm not saying it's unethical. The basic of what we consider to be ethics today, I think, comes from Christian understanding. But I don't think that Christians have moral claims. I don't, at least not when I look at Christianity through the lens of orthodoxy, I don't see moral claims. What I see is that all the law is resolved into two statements: love God, love your neighbor, right? And loving your neighbor is the means by which you manifest your love for God, and everything comes out of that. All of the moral positions will come out of that. That's what I think. And so the Christianities so the rules are there to just point, like all the laws in the Old Testament and all the laws in the New Testament or in the church are there to or point us to a way of being, not a bunch of stuff you need that you're allowed or not allowed to do. It's a way of being that transcends any action or any question of what's right or wrong or all of this. Now, I'm not saying right or wrong doesn't exist. All of this is real, but that's not the thrust of Christianity. The thrust of Christianity is the transformation of people, of bringing people into the life of God, bringing communities into the life of God through the lives, the prayer, the love of the saints for each other, and that's what it's about. So yeah, so that's that might be a reason. If you watch my videos, you'll notice that I almost never talk about morality, because I find morality to be secondary to what in Christianity. Like I said, I'm not saying that there aren't things which are moral or immoral, but that's not the. If you start with moral claims, then you lose. You can't win. If you start with worship and you start with transcendence and you start with the desire to be united to the triune God and to be united to your neighbor in a manner which manifests the unity of yourself with God and even the unity within God himself, that then will create a moral world that will tumble and that will like come out as morality. And like I said, there are rules, like there are plenty of rules in the church. There are plenty of rules that say this is a sin, this is not a sin. That's not what it's about, but it has to go higher, or else it doesn't matter. And to remain in your question, I would say that doesn't contradict the idea that it's also that it also reflects man's collected knowledge of what to allow for them to survive. I see no contradiction in the fact that it would also manifest itself like that, right? That they're just different levels.